Welcome to another tutorial on MATLAB. In the last tutorial, we have seen what is the meaning of a plant model and why should we use the plant model. To see that tutorial, please look into the previous video in this series. In this tutorial, we will see what are different type of modeling approaches that we have in MATLAB. So let's get started. The first modeling approach is a physical modeling approach. So what basically a physical modeling approach is, as you can see on the left hand side, there are multiple components to create a circuit. So this could be a capacitor, this could be a transistor, this is a diode, and this is a resistor, and this is another light emitting diode. So these are physical components, and these physical components will have some parameter. Capacitor will have capacitance as the parameter. Resistor will have resistance as the parameter, for example. So in this physical modeling, we can directly use the elements available in MATLAB. For example, you can use a resistor, you can use an inductor, you can use a capacitor, and by double clicking on these elements, you can set the parameter value. For resistance, it should be resistance in ohm. For capacitance, it should be capacitance in microfarad or millifarad. For inductance, it will be millihenry. For voltages also, you can directly set the values. But here, the components that are being used is physical component. This is a voltage source, this is a resistance, this is an inductance, and this is a capacitance connected in a sequence. So such type of modeling is called physical modeling, where we will be just directly using the components and we will be adding it to create the circuit. There is one more approach through which we can do the modeling for the same thing, that is called the mathematical modeling approach. Here, whatever the mathematical behavior of a resistor will be there, or whatever the mathematical behavior of an inductor will be there, or a capacitor will be there. So that thing we need to write in the form of equations. Like you can see here, this is applying KVL to the entire loop, and it is setting up this KVL equation. So by using this, you can also model the behavior. You can apply some voltages, and then you can expect some current. So this type of modeling approach is called mathematical modeling approach, where you will be using the mathematics, and this approach is most widely used. So in this particular plant modeling series, we will be mostly covering this approach, where we will be analyzing the system and we will be creating mathematical model from that system. So these are the two approaches. One is physical modeling approach, where you will be using directly the elements, and the other approach, that is the mathematical modeling approach, where you will be using the mathematics of the system to model the system. In case you are liking the channel, please consider subscribing. If you have any comment or any suggestion, please share it in the comment box, so that we can improve the experience of learning MATLAB in this channel, and this will also help us to add more content in this series for this particular subject of MATLAB. So happy learning MATLAB and stay connected.